You probably argued about politics with a total stranger on the internet today. Congratulations, you just repeated a behavior invented 2,400 years ago by a man his own city considered too ugly to be taken seriously. He had bulging eyes, a flat nose, a round belly. He walked barefoot through the streets of Athens in blistering heat and freezing cold, wearing the same worn-out clothes. If he showed up to a job interview today, he'd be rejected in 5 seconds. And yet, this man, without writing a single book, without status, without money, permanently changed the way the human species thinks. How? By asking questions. That's it. Simple, almost annoying questions that he asked to anyone who crossed his path in the city's main square, what the Greeks called the agora. What is justice? What is courage? Do you really know what you're saying, or are you just repeating what you heard? Sounds silly, but those questions annoyed the right people so much that decades later, they cost him his life. Historians and papyrologists who study ancient Greek texts, including research from the University of Cambridge on classical rhetoric, document something fascinating. Before this man, knowledge in Greece was passed down almost religiously. You learned by repeating what the wise men said, full stop. What he did flipped that system upside down. He created a method of questioning that forced people to notice their own contradictions, known today as the Socratic method, still taught in law and medical schools worldwide, from Harvard to universities across the globe. In other words, every time a professor asks, "But why do you think that?" instead of just handing you the answer, they're using a technique from a man the Athenian elite considered too annoying, too ugly to be taken seriously. But before we get to why this got him killed, you need to understand the massive physical and social problem he faced every single day just to ask those questions in public. Asking questions in the agora wasn't like posting a comment online. You had to be physically there every day, under scorching sun or freezing rain, because Athens had no buildings, no closed rooms, no microphones. The public square was literally a square, stone, dust, and hundreds of sweaty bodies packed together. Picture the smell. Olive oil mixed with sweat, fish being sold a few feet away, animal dung, all while you tried to focus on a discussion about the nature of justice. No running water, no guaranteed shade, no benches. Most people stood for hours at a time. And here's the worst part. This man had no fixed income. He didn't charge for his teachings, unlike almost every other thinker of his time who made a living charging the wealthy to teach rhetoric. He simply showed up every single day for free. The whole city was basically wondering, doesn't this guy have a job? How does he even survive? The uncomfortable answer? He lived with almost nothing because he considered material comfort a dangerous distraction. While Athens drowned itself in vanity, statues, fine clothes, lavish banquets, he walked barefoot on purpose, saying the less he needed, the freer he was. And here's the fact that changes everything. He never left behind a single written record. Not one. Everything we know about him comes from other people, mainly from a student who decided to document every conversation, every provocation, every moment the master cornered a powerful Athenian into a public contradiction in front of everyone. Which means the most influential man in the history of Western philosophy may have been, in part, a literary construction built by his own student. And that raises an uncomfortable question few people ask out loud. That uncomfortable question, is this real or is it constructed, didn't die in Athens. It's in every discussion you see online today about public figures' biographies, about who actually wrote this, about checking the source before believing the story. And the method itself never disappeared. Every what if you've ever heard on a podcast, every time a therapist bounces your own question back at you instead of giving a ready-made answer, every group chat argument where someone asks, "But why do you actually think that?" That's the echo of a barefoot man in a dusty square almost 2,500 years ago. And his ending wasn't kind. The same questions that made him fascinating also made him dangerous. He was formally charged with corrupting the youth, with teaching young people to question too much, to disrespect tradition, to stop accepting answers just because they came from someone important. The sentence? Death. He had the chance to escape. Friends offered help, bribes, an escape route. He refused. He said he'd spent his entire life arguing that laws should be respected, and it wouldn't be fair to break that rule just because, this time, the law was against him. So here's the question this video opened with, now with an uncomfortable answer. The man who accidentally changed how humanity thinks didn't do it by writing books, building wealth, or looking powerful. He did it by annoying the right people with the right questions until his very last day. So here's something to sit with. How many times a day do you accept an answer just because it came from someone important, without ever asking why?